And John Lee, obviously you have brought real life stories to screen before. I don't know if that's a case of you find truth is stranger than fiction, you know, if you're just drawn to biographical movies, but what attracted you to this?
First and foremost, you're not looking for anything necessarily true. Not a good story is a good story, but the first thing that attracted me was Rob's script, and I felt like that it was different than any script I'd ever read before because I was actively pulling for a protagonist in the first half, and then going from feelings of ambivalence to head scratching to no, gasp, and I thought that that was a really clever high wire act that Robert pulled off. And I thought that that would make for a difficult movie to make, but I thought it was also an exciting movie to make.
And where did you even start in assembling this amazing cast? I mean, not only the actors here, but you know, you have Linda Cardellini and Patrick Wilson and B.J. Novak. I mean, this is a remarkable ensemble.
How lucky am I? I begged a lot, and I look around and also with the other actors that aren't here and just go, man, it was so much fun. I mean, everybody is so talented, so professional, and in addition to that, they're all really awesome people. And so if you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work, it's really nice when you see faces you love.
For the actors, I'm curious, I mean, did you know the story of Ray Kroc or even the name Ray Kroc before the script came to you?
I knew a great deal about it, actually. I've read a lot of Eric Schlosser, Fast Food Nation, Michael Pollan, The Omnivore's Dilemma. I come from a farming family, so I'm very interested in how fast food, among other industries, has sort of destroyed the small American farmer. So I knew kind of the macro details of the story, but it was the personal, familial story of the McDonald brothers that was an absolute revelation. And so, as somebody who considers myself a fan of small agriculture, at first I was nervous when I got the script. I said, "Is this going to be, is this going to be for the chicken factory or for the little guy?" And I was thrilled to then discover that the truth of the story is on the side of like, oh, maybe having 5,000 cattle on 10 acres is not a healthy thing for our country. I was then very excited to get involved, but it was not only the story of how the business began and how Kroc sort of appropriated it, but the details of how the brothers, with their sweat equity and elbow grease, tried all of these other businesses, or these hardworking, nice brothers finally struck on this brilliant idea. And it was, for me, the actual tennis court sequence. I felt like it suddenly was a Willy Wonka moment where you're like, holy shit, somebody actually thought this up at some point and got up on a ladder and yelled mustard.
I don't mean to call you out, but wasn't there kind of a jab you took at McDonald's in one of your books?
Yes. I mean, you be the judge. I called them the purveyors of the McShit sandwich.
I think that's a little bit
You
of
can
a jab.
interpret that as you will.
Kind of, it seems an ambivalent point of view. It's you could take it either way, depending on your relationship with shit. You could like it or not like it, I guess.
Did I or did I not warn you about the microphone and the coffee?
What about for the rest of you? Were you familiar with Ray Kroc?
I was familiar with. I would say I probably fell somewhere in the middle range of most people, maybe 40 and up. I would guess who you think you know Ray Kroc till you've seen the movie. No, you think you know Ray Kroc, and if someone asks you, Ray Kroc, tell me, and you go, yeah, McDonald's, and you go, no, be more specific, and you probably go into the Jackie Gleason, because you don't really know what it is, and as I knew a little bit. I'm a curious person. I read a great deal, but I didn't know. I thought I got it. I didn't get it at all. And I just find the brothers and that story really, really, really interesting. And I just found the whole general story extraordinarily interesting, and it kept unfolding because Robert and John and everyone would keep supplying information, and it just kept getting more and more and more interesting.
And John and Laura?
I mean, I'd heard that you know, he wasn't the actual creator of McDonald's, but what I didn't know about the McDonald's brothers was that their idea of bringing the, you know, concepts of Henry Ford's assembly line to the food industry were so revolutionary. You know, I took it as kind of, well, you know, it just was. I didn't think anybody ever thought it up. You know, I didn't ever think anybody ever did it. It just was. It just was. You know. And I think that the kind of desire to have something that you do, that you created, that is yours specifically, is so great in the movie, and it's a kind of an entrepreneurship that I think you can't help but admire, even at the same time it may have, you know, as you say, had the ramifications that Nick pointed out. In the way in which we eat and the way in which we view our food, and I think that the combination of that kind of Main Street kind of, I wonder if quality to the story, I did not have any idea about, and then also I did not know that the McDonald's Corporation was a real estate company. That had never occurred to me. So the kind of taking that Main Street idea and weaponizing it with a Wall Street business model that would make it so easily leverageable. It's a pretty amazing thing to see that, you know, to watch that story go, wow, so that's how it happened, and then yikes, these are the ramifications. Pretty cool.
It changed culture beyond food. You know, so we're a portable society, and when I saw it, when you stop and think that, you know, you have to hire a machinist to build, you know, to build this little assembly line. I mean, just think of that in and of itself, and then it led to, you know, a portable society, a disposable society, and that's not overblowing this whole thing, and not to go on too long, but this is so interesting to talk to Nick about this, because part of the year I live on a, you know, not by Montana standards, certainly not a large ranch, but I live on a ranch and I lease out my place to cattle, to a guy down the road who runs his cattle on it, and we rotate how we graze, because people don't realize what the impact has, not on the methane, but if you overgraze, environmentally it exponentially affects everything, and I don't think we ever talked about that really specifically. It's really, really interesting. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, because that's usually Nick's job, but